We have all been there, counting down the days until the release of a highly anticipated video game, only to find out it's not quite what we expected after purchasing it. Sometimes a game manages to overcome the initial disappointment, and some just simply fail to meet the mark. This only proves that throwing a ton of money at something won't guarantee success, and in this case, make a flop game become a hit. So be prepared to cringe because we'll be taking you over a list of 10 overhyped games that flopped hard and discuss what actually didn't work for them to live up to their expectations. At number 10, we have Aliens Colonial Marines. This game was a sequel to the well-loved film franchise. But unlike the film, it turned out to be a major disappointment for many gamers. They said the game felt incompetent and uninspired, especially in comparison to the stuff from the Alien franchise. One thing that everyone who played the game didn't like was the enemy AI. That would just let players win without a real challenge. And the AI Marines, who would do some stupid stuff that left players frustrated and even dead at times. And it turns out that all of this was happening because of a minor typo in the game's coding. And this is the reason why this game is considered one of the most embarrassing in the Alien franchise's history. Next up, on number 9, we have a game that was just overhyped by calling it Destiny Killer and a game to rival Mass Effect. Well, if you haven't guessed, we're talking about Anthem. And according to reviews, it was a dud from day one. When it launched, it did better with online sales than physical sales, but in the end, the player base fell as the game was too repetitive and boring, and was far below other looter shooters video games like Destiny. Next up, at number 8, we have Duke Nukem Forever. In case you didn't know, this game spent over a decade in development only to disappoint fans upon its release. It's one thing for a game to be terrible, but it's even worse when it fails to live up to the expectations. This game was just a failed attempt with outdated graphics and a gameplay that just fell flat. At number 7, we have Harry Potter Wizards Unite. This game was supposed to be the magical answer to Pokemon Go's success, but it turned out to be a disappointment with glitches in the gameplay and repetitive spells and creatures. The game failed to deliver on its promise of excitement and fun, so people eventually lost interest. And to make matters worse, the developers announced its official shutdown in January 2022. Well, it's a shame that they couldn't cash in on the Harry Potter name. Next up on our list, we have Lawbreakers at number 6. Unlike other shooter games, this one actually had a unique concept of allowing players to defy gravity. They had good marketing plan and even had a deal going on with Twitch streamers to promote. But sadly, the game didn't catch much attention since day one. Then eventually updates stopped coming, then this game ended up in the land of lost games. Now at number 5, we have Cyberpunk 2077. When it was released, it was predicted to be the game of the year, meaning it was obviously overhyped with promises like giving players an amazing open world with stunning graphics and endless action. But then it was released and it was nothing like that. The game was full of bugs and glitches, a total disaster. I mean, just imagine, people didn't just refuse to play, they also demanded for their money back. We're only thinking how bad must this game be? Up next, at number 4 on our list, we have Marvel's Avengers. This game could have been a huge success, given it's from the Marvel franchise, but the sad truth is that it couldn't live up to the expectation. The gameplay was tedious and repetitive, and the limited selection of only 6 superheroes to play with was disappointing. It's honestly disheartening that despite the extensive time and financial resources invested in the game, it did not fulfill its potential. Moreover, technical issues and lack of content further compounded the problem. Even Spider-Man as a DLC didn't make much of a difference. He had no story missions and only PlayStation users had access to him. So tough luck if you didn't own one. Up next on our list is Fallout 76 at number 3. The game was a complete letdown because it lacked elements of the usual Fallout series. There were literally no fun NPCs, imaginative quest, or an open world to explore. The game was hyped up to be an online adventure where players would be in a post apocalyptic world with their friends, but sadly for gaming enthusiasts, it fell short on delivering the Fallout experience. At number 2 on our list, we have Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. This game was said to have a lot of potential, given how it was a crossover between two major franchises and was the sixth one of the series. But sadly, it's part of our list here. Why did it fail, you ask? Well, for starters, the character roster was mediocre. I mean, X-Men characters, which were supposed to be the staple of the franchise, were missing. Plus, the designs were off, and then so were the people. And now, finally, our top flop on the list is Overkill's The Walking Dead. The game was going to be a combination of Left 4 Dead and Payday, two very popular games. But when it came, it was just nothing new. The gameplay was repetitive and there were too many technical problems. All in all, we can just say that it did not do justice to the Walking Dead franchise, and so players quickly lost interest in it. So, this was our list of 10 overhyped video games that flopped hard. And with that, we really hope that developers and publishers have learned from these flops to not overhype their games, because under-promise and over-deliver is a much better recipe for success in the gaming industry. Have you played any of these games? Or is there another game you were looking forward to that disappointed you once you played it? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, give us a big thumbs up and share it with your video gamer friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on our future content. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.